How to train a parakeet to step up. Parakeets are bright and sociable birds. With enough patience, you can teach your companion all kinds of fun tricks. One of the first and most basic commands you should teach your bird is, step up, which is just what it sounds like, asking your parakeet to step up onto your hand or a perch. Once you've gotten your parakeet used to being around your hand, you can start training it to step onto your finger. From there, you can move on to more advanced techniques, like laddering. Welcome to Daily Needs Studio. Method 1. Helping your parakeet get used to your hand. Number 1. Create a safe environment for training. It's possible that your parakeet might get loose during training, so close any doors and windows in the room before you begin. Turn off any electric fans or other hazardous devices, such as space heaters, and make sure there are no other pets in the room. It's also important for your parakeet to feel secure, so keep the room quiet and free of distractions during training. Number 2. Have a veterinarian clip your parakeet's wings. Before starting any interaction that might involve your parakeet coming out of its cage, make sure your bird's wings are properly clipped. The vet will gently wrap your parakeet in a hand towel or dry washcloth, pull out one of its wings, and carefully clip off the ends of the 6 or 7 long flight feathers at the end of each wing, starting at the tip of the wing. Then, they'll repeat the process with the other wing. Trim the flight feathers at least 0.25 inches, 0.64 centimeters, beneath the shorter feathers higher up on the wing. Take care not to cut into any blood feathers, which are newly formed feathers with a visible blood vessel running through them. When done correctly, wing clipping will not harm your bird or cause it any pain. This is simply a precaution to keep your parakeet from escaping or injuring itself by flying into a hazardous area. Your parakeet's clipped feathers will eventually grow back, so you'll need to repeat this process once every 6 to 10 weeks. Number 3. Check that your parakeet is alert and calm. Don't try to train your bird if it is hungry, tired, or irritable. It won't be able to focus on what you're teaching it, and it may develop unpleasant associations with training. Start working with your parakeet when it is awake and well-fed. If your parakeet is hopping around actively, chattering or whistling, and wagging or flipping its tail, it is probably feeling secure and happy. If your parakeet stands still and upright with its wings slightly extended away from its body, it may be afraid. Watch your parakeet for other signs of fear and aggression, such as hissing, snapping, and raising its wings. It's also important for you to feel calm and focused during training sessions. Don't try to train your bird if you're feeling tired, irritable, or frustrated. Come back and try again later, or take a few deep breaths to clear your head before you get started. Number 4. Approach the bird at slightly above eye level. If you tower over your parakeet, it may feel intimidated. When you approach the cage, crouch down if necessary so that your own eyes are only slightly above the parakeet's. Some bird owners believe that your bird will think you are being submissive if you get down below its eye level. Not all experts agree on this, however. Either way, stepping up will be most comfortable for you and your parakeet if you are positioned slightly higher than your bird. Number 5. Put your hand in the cage slowly and quietly. If your parakeet seems calm and alert, open the cage door and put your hand inside. Allow the parakeet to investigate your hand on its own, but don't grab at it or try to get it to step up just yet. If your parakeet acts nervous, don't immediately withdraw your hand from the cage. Keep your hand still and stay quiet until your bird figures out that nothing bad is going to happen and begins to calm down. If your parakeet feels secure enough, it may jump up on your hand on its own. Do this a few times a day for a few days, keeping your hand in the cage for about 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Move your hand closer to your parakeet each time you have a training session. Talk to your parakeet in a soothing, pleasant voice while your hand is in the cage. Number 6. Let the parakeet take a treat from your hand. Once your parakeet has had a few days to get used to being near your hand, try offering it a treat. Put the treat in your hand and allow the parakeet to take it. Select a special treat that you only use for training purposes, such as millet, a small piece of fruit, such as apple, orange, or banana, or even a toy. Did this video help you? Let's comment below. Yes or no. Method 2. Teaching the step up command. Number 1. Use a treat to lure the parakeet close to your finger. Once the parakeet is calm and relaxed around your hand and is willing to take treats from you, it's time to start step up training. Put one hand, the one you'd like your parakeet to step onto, inside the cage close to where your parakeet is perching. Hold a treat or toy in your other hand and use it to entice the parakeet to move closer to the step up hand. You can also hold the treat in the step up hand if you wish. Grasp the treat, such as a spray of millet, between your thumb and index finger, and extend your other fingers to act as a perch. If your parakeet tends to get aggressive, you might want to start by training it to step up onto a dowel or stick instead of your finger. Number 2. Push the step up finger against the parakeet's abdomen. Extend your index finger and hold it parallel to the perch your parakeet is standing on. Keeping your finger at a slightly higher level than the parakeet's perch, gently push it against the parakeet's abdomen. If your parakeet snaps at you, don't yank your finger, or the dowel, if you're using one, away. Try gently blowing in its face to distract it from the biting behavior. Don't persist in trying to get your parakeet to step up if it's scared or upset. This will only cause it to form negative associations with training. If you need to, go back to just putting your hand in the cage for a while. Number 3. Say, step up, when the bird starts to step onto your finger. As soon as your parakeet begins to step onto your finger, say, step up, or another command of your choice. This will teach your parakeet to associate the command with the act of stepping up. You will need to use the same command every time you want your bird to step up. If there is anybody else in your home who might interact with your parakeet, ask them to use the same command that you use. You should also be consistent with your step up hand gesture, i.e., always keep your finger or perch in the same position while asking the parakeet to step up. Some parakeets may use their beaks to help them step up. In this case, your bird will reach for your finger slowly and deliberately with its beak while stepping up, rather than lunging, snapping, or lowering its head and body in a threatening way. If your parakeet does this, don't yell or pull your finger away. It is not trying to aggressively bite or hurt you. Number 4. Praise your parakeet and offer it a treat after it steps up. If your parakeet obeys your command, give it a special treat and talk to it in a quiet, happy voice. If your parakeet enjoys being touched, you can also gently stroke its head. The first few times you try the step up command, you might offer your parakeet a reward even for putting one foot on your finger. Number 5. Tell your parakeet to step down when you're done. When you're ready for your parakeet to step off your finger, move it in front of a perch and hold it slightly below perch level. You may need to gently push your parakeet's abdomen against the perch. As the parakeet steps onto the perch, say, step down, or down. Use the down command even though your parakeet is technically stepping up. Using a separate command will help your parakeet understand that this means you want it to move off of your finger. Some bird experts prefer to use the step up command for both actions, since your parakeet will most likely be stepping up even when you are asking it to leave your finger. Reward your parakeet with more praise and another treat if it successfully completes the step down command. Number 6. Keep your training sessions no longer than 15 minutes. If you spend too long working on training, your parakeet may begin to feel stressed and anxious. Keep your training sessions brief, and give your bird a chance to rest and relax before trying again. Once your parakeet starts to get the hang of the step up and step down commands, try getting it to step up and down a few times during a session. If your parakeet seems to enjoy the training, you may repeat the training session 2 to 3 times per day. Do practice with your bird at least once a day, so that the previous day's training will still be fresh in its mind. Did this video help you? Let's comment below. Yes or no? Method 3. Training your parakeet to ladder. Number 1. Give your parakeet the step up command. After your parakeet masters stepping up, you can begin doing more advanced training. To begin ladder training, start by asking your parakeet to step up as you usually do. Laddering involves having your bird step up from one perch to another repeatedly, as if it were climbing the rungs of a ladder. Number 2. Place another finger or perch in front of the parakeet. Once your parakeet steps up, put the index finger of your other hand in front of it. Alternatively, you could use a stick or a dowel. Position the second finger or perch exactly as you would during a regular step up command. Number 3. Repeat the step up command. Ask your parakeet to step up onto the new perch. Once it has done so, put your other finger or the original perch in front of your parakeet and ask it to step up again. Repeat this cycle several times. Practice this technique daily until your parakeet ladders smoothly. After some practice, your parakeet may begin laddering without the verbal step up command as soon as you put your finger or a perch in front of it. Don't forget to praise and treat your parakeet when it successfully performs the ladder trick. Tips. 1. If possible, start training your parakeet while it is still young. Younger birds have an easier time getting used to interacting with humans and learning new skills than older birds. 2. Never scold, swat, or otherwise punish your parakeet for failing to obey your commands. This will only teach your bird to be afraid of you.